Welcome to Dragonfly Trading. Hope everybody's doing well today. Today's video is going to be on Bitcoin. Whatever Bitcoin decides to do here, I feel like ETH and the other altcoins are going to follow. If there's a specific altcoin that you are in and you would like me to chart it, leave it in the comments and I am happy to include it in my next video. Let's talk a little bit about the death cross that everybody's having a panic attack over. Yes, the 50 and the 200 are crossing, okay? But let's remember what moving averages are. Moving averages are lagging indicators. So, with that being said, they lag behind price movement. As you can see here, when we had this move to the downside, the 50 followed it and crossed the 200. When we had this move to the upside, the 50 followed it and we had a golden cross to the upside. And then we had the COVID dump, which eventually dragged the 50 back down below the 200. So yes, we are having what's called a death cross, but it is because we had this move to the downside and we've been going sideways here. And it has allowed the 50 to have enough time to cross the 200. If we rally and we create whatever, and we're going to go over that. If we rally for an extended period of time, this is going to follow and the 50 just might cross the 200 again. So I do not put much weight on death crosses and golden crosses because over time they can cross many times. And as you can see here, they crossed death cross, golden cross, death cross, golden cross. I mean, you know, let's more worry, I just don't worry about this too much. It doesn't mean that because we're having a death cross that price is just going to zero. Just does not mean that. So let's start out on the weekly time frame now that I got that little scenario off my mind, because I see the headlines, death cross, we're going to zero, and I just bugs me. Okay, so on the weekly time frame, in my last video, I talked about that we were holding the 40. We are still holding the 40. Are we hanging on for a little bit dear life here? Kind of. But we're holding the 40 still. In my last two prior videos, I talked about what failed here. What failed, what happened, that this didn't turn into a fourth wave. I'm not going to go over it again this video. If you're interested in the way I broke this down, watch my last two previous videos. They're worth taking a look at. It's right there in the beginning. So what we want here is definitely a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3. We want this wave 4 to hold, and we want a wave 5 to the upside. That's what everyone wants. So let's talk about what needs to happen for this to take place. Moving down to the daily. Okay, so let's talk about it. Right now, this fourth wave is holding the 382, and we all have heard and talked about that we don't want to break this 30K. We don't want to break this bottom support. Well, let's talk about if it happens. The rule in Elliott wave is that your wave 4 cannot come into your wave 1. Well, in order to do that, we're going to have to break the 20K mark, which is at this all-time high. And we're going to have to break the 618, which is pretty deep. And we're going to have to come into that wave 1. Now, I'm not going to lie here. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I'm not going to blow smoke and say that if this comes this deep, you know, even if it comes down to the 20K, that I'm not going to be concerned. I am going to be concerned. And I'll tell you why. Because if we break the 30K and this dumpage that we're having right now continues to go to the downside, and this becomes a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, and we come on down here to 20K, I will be looking at this move as a 5-wave move, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. Now the problem with this is that if we create this 5-wave move, yes, we are going to get a rally. And the higher the rally goes, the better. Because what starts with 5 needs to end with 5. So the higher the rally, the higher the connecting 5 waves will be. And maybe, just maybe, we won't break further into our wave 1. Now, if we get this little wimpy corrective wave up and it doesn't rally very high, at that point, yes, it's going to get ugly because we're going to need another 5 waves to the downside. And most likely, we will come into our wave 1. And at that point, I will be saying, if we get this little wimpy move to the upside, that this was actually a 1, a 2, this was 3, this was 4, and this was 5, and this was the end and the top. Okay? So the whole key to this is what happens here. Do we roll over? Do we make 5 more waves down? It will be corrective now when we move up. Do we rally high or do we rally wimpy? We want the high rally so that the 5 waves here will be higher over here. Now let's talk about one other scenario. Because there is one other thing that I see here that could happen. We could, right now, I see this move as a W, an X, and a Y. If we can stop tanking here, and we can get a little pop to the upside and create a 3-wave move, then I will see this as a W or an A. This three-wave move would be an X or a B. And then at that point, we can either get a three-wave move up, which would be a Y, or we could get a five-wave, which would be a C. And again, the higher this rallies, the better. Because once this is complete, this three-wave move is going to need a partner over here. And whether it comes down in three waves, this would be a W or an A. This, now follow me here, this three-wave move would be a B or an X. And then if we get 3, it's a Y. We get 5, it's a C. And hopefully we won't break 20K. And the market at that point will have a chance to take us out of here for a fifth. Will it be difficult? Yes, because we'll have a resistance to get through, but it's not impossible. So the whole key to the two scenarios is, do we get this three-wave move, or does it just roll over here and give us the 5 on down? I hope this wasn't too confusing. Let me know in the comments. I know that the people that know Elliott Wave probably understood this. I try to make it as simple as I can. So let me know in the comments if it was simple or if it was confusing. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And don't forget to hit subscribe. It really helps the channel. And I'll see you on the next one.